My name is Dion. Thank you for being here. If this is your first time, if you've been here before, welcome back. And either way, I do hope you subscribe and click like if you do indeed like my videos, and click the notification bell to be notified of future uploads. This video is relationship red flags part 4, and this one will be 2 red flags, but it kind of rolls into one. Okay, if you meet a person and you're getting to know that person and they start telling you that they need you and they cannot live without you, that may sound wonderful. It's like, oh my gosh, he can't live without me. I mean so much to him or to her. But that reeks of codependency for someone to say they cannot live without you, because then what happens when you're not in their life anymore? Like, what are they going to do and how are they going to function? This person will inadvertently be demanding, and not even verbally, but they will be emotionally demanding that you meet all of their needs, their physical needs, their time needs, their sexual needs, their attention. They want you to fulfill every area of their life, which is unrealistic. And if someone needs you in order to feel happy or to feel content or to be satisfied with their life, that's codependency. And it's a huge red flag and a sign that they may need professional help. I do have a doctorate in psychology, and so a lot of what I'm saying is from a clinical standpoint, and then some of it, just a little bit, is from personal experience. I am 50. I've been married twice. Trying to date, but that's a whole different thing. I do have a Dating Chronicles video, I think, that may be uploaded before this one, but go through my videos and I give little tidbits into my own personal life about things. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. So this person, because you feel like they need you, it puts you into savior mode, or, you know, help the damsel in distress type thing, or puts you in survival mode. Like, what more can I do for this person? And you're focusing your time and attention on making sure this person is okay. And what happens is you end up neglecting yourself. When you're constantly reassuring and putting into someone else's life, and they're constantly taking that from you, they're not putting anything into your life, which can make you end up feeling resentful, or even oh my gosh, I just lost the word unfulfilled, because your needs aren't being met because you're so busy trying to ensure you're meeting theirs. And so you end up neglecting yourself for the sake of this other person. And when you express that, you know, your needs aren't being met, they completely just hit the roof. They may start to question. I do this when I notice my face is shiny. This is my sweat area, for those of you who haven't been here before. And so they don't understand, and when you express that your needs aren't being met, and they may start to question your commitment to them. They may start to question, oh, well, I thought you really loved me, or I thought you really care, because they're a taker. And there's a saying that givers need to set limits because takers never do. And the thing is some people don't realize that they're takers. They just know they have these needs, and they're looking to you to meet every single one of them, not realizing that it's unrealistic that one person can totally meet 100% of your needs. And that's what the issue is. And regardless of how much you try to help a person or be there for a person to encourage them or reassure them, they have to be willing to do the work themselves. Like, for instance, if, you know, they're not satisfied with their job, you may encourage them to go to school or to get a certificate in something that they enjoy doing. You may be their biggest cheerleader. You may even go online and print out, okay, here's this program here, here's this program there. But essentially, they need to do the work themselves. You cannot make anyone do anything. You cannot. They are so dependent on you that they don't want to do any work. They expect you to do all the work for them and for you to fix everything in their life. That is not possible. When people have emotional and psychological issues, they need professional help for that. And even if they do seek counseling, they still need to put the work in to changing their perspectives on whatever needs to be changed. And so you will not be fulfilled in this relationship unless you just like, you know, rescuing the damsel in distress, or if you just like being able to say, oh yeah, I helped this person do this and do that. And there are some people who are ego driven, where they want to say, I did this and I did that and I did this and I did that. And that's codependency. If you're with a person and they constantly need for you, to be in their life or to do certain things for them to be happy, and you enjoy doing all of those things to make them happy, which you cannot make anyone anything. But if you find that you like that, that's codependency. They're needing you, your time and your attention and your reassurance, and you need for them to want that from you, and you need to be able to give it to them. However, it's an illusion. So that is the classic example of a codependent relationship. Another part to this is a little different, but sort of the same. So the first one that I just talked about was a person says they need you and cannot live without you. The second one for this video, and there will be a corresponding article, and I'll link the article below, and in the article I'll link the YouTube video, is a person that says they can't imagine their life without a certain person in it. Like say you meet Sally, and Sally tells you, oh, I just cannot imagine Roger not being in my life. And it's just like, okay. It may sound like it's not a big deal, and really, on the surface, it's not. However, as time goes on, it may reveal itself that they have a toxic friendship or a toxic whatever it is that they have. For someone to say, I cannot imagine my life without a certain person in it, that means that somewhere down the line, they may diminish their boundaries. They may be a certain way with you and say, okay, this is my boundary for this, and that. This is what I want out of life. This is what I don't want out of life. But yet when this person comes along, all of that may change. And that's what the issue is. Because I don't know about you guys, but I think it's very important to be with someone who is stable enough to know what they want out of life and out of love. And also to be self-aware to some extent of who they are as a person and what it is that they have to offer. So like for me, for instance, and I've run into this a lot and I'm 50, as I said. So when I'm meeting people or meeting men and they're saying, they don't know if they want children. And I'm just like, dude, you're 55. Like, why would you want to have children at this age or even later? If they end up dating someone younger that wants kids, okay, I can see them wanting kids, but then are you thinking realistically of how am I going to be a good father to this child, because I'm going to be the age of a grandfather by the time they're born? And so I'm always kind of wondering, like, what's the thought process behind that? And then I think maybe they just want to make this other person happy. So they meet someone who wants kids, they want them to be happy, so okay, let's have a baby. I'm not going to say if that's healthy or not. That's not my place, because I don't know these fictional people that I'm talking about. And when you meet someone who says, I can't live without so-and-so in my life, just keep in mind that whatever boundaries they say they have, when it comes to this other person, those boundaries may change. And that can create issues, because you want someone who is stable and someone who is not going to change according to who they're around. You want someone, well, I'm just projecting, I'm guessing that you want someone who knows enough about who they are and what they want, that when they tell you something, that's what they really mean, and that they're not going to change their mind, especially when it just comes to this one person. If you change your mind in general, that's one thing. But if you're changing your boundaries and changing your mind just because of this one person, that to me is an issue. Because if that's the case, then don't be with me, just be with that person. Don't be with me. And for you guys, don't be with someone who's constantly changing their mind or changing what they say, because that erodes trust over time. How can you trust what they say when what they say keeps changing? So just keep that in mind. So if a person is telling you they need you and they cannot live without you, that reeks of codependency. If someone tells you, I cannot imagine my life without so-and-so in it, that may become a boundary issue down the road, and it will likely decrease your trust in that person down the road. So just keep those two things in mind when you meet people and as you're talking to them, and really listen when they tell you things. And as I said earlier, it may not seem like a big deal at the time, but just, have a little foresight. Think down the road, like, okay, what if we really click and we really hit it off? We built this connection. However, a few months ago, he or she said such and such, and that may not really fit with where we discussed and you know, where our relationship may go. So just keep that in mind. And, you know, most of us enjoy getting to know people, but just try to think logically. And when they say things to you, really listen to what they're saying, especially when it's something that may be life-changing, like where they want to live, if they're a city person, if they're a suburban type person, if they like the nightlife, or if you're a homebody, they want children, you don't. Just little things like that, and just their character in general. Are they party goers? Are you not? Are they the type to just want to sit home and watch TV all day? You know, do you prefer to read books? Do you enjoy going to museums? Do they not want to go anywhere? You know, so it's just a lot of little things to think about, you know, when you meet people, and you are trying to date, or if you are meeting people, and just be realistic and think logically about what they're saying and how they may fit into your life, and also how you may fit into theirs. Are you the one who has someone in your life that you say, I cannot imagine them not in my life? Or are you the person who thinks, I need to be with so-and-so for them to make me happy? So this can go either way. So this is for you to think about, for people in your life that you're meeting, and also people who are currently in your life, and also for you to analyze yourself. So if you have any questions or comments, please do leave them below, and you will see me in the next video. Thank you.